When it comes to construction of the world's highest buildings, the sky is not the limit in the U.S. For towering ambition, you now have to look abroad. David Begnaud is joining us from Los Angeles with more on that. Good morning, David.
Vanita, good morning. North America used to be the boss when it came to constructing super tall buildings, but now it's lost that bragging right. However, the quest to impress in a financially wise way is still inspiring big city skylines like the one right behind me in L.A.
From the air, Los Angeles' newest skyscraper looks juvenile compared to its peers. But when completed, the Wilshire Grand will be 2.1 million square feet, soar 1,100 feet from ground to the top of the spire, and be 73 stories tall with a sky deck that has a panoramic view.
This is not a trendy building. It's not a fashion statement that's gone in a few years. It's something that has to last for a very long time.
Chris Martin is chief architect and development manager.
We call it a next generation office. It's also a next generation hotel, but we're trying to design buildings that work for the tenant of today, not the tenant of yesterday.
The next generation is mixed use occupancy. Whereas some skyscrapers used to be all office space, they're now hotel, retail, and residential. Mixed use has become the money-back guarantee for ensuring that tall buildings stack up financially.
It used to be the sky was the limit when it came to building skyscrapers in North America. 25 years ago, 80% of the world's tallest buildings were right here on this continent. Now that figure has plummeted to just 20%. You might say the high-rise craze has relocated.
Of all the tall buildings completed in 2014, North America had only 4 in the top 20. One World Trade Center in New York City topped the list. The majority were in the Eastern Hemisphere. Anthony Wood is executive director of the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat.
If you'd predicted the world's tallest building 30 years ago, you'd have said 3 things with certainty. You'd have said, number 1, it'll be in North America. Number 2, it will be an office building. And number 3, it'll be built out of steel. And now the exact opposite is true. It'll probably be in Asia or the Middle East. It'll be residential or mixed use. And it'll probably be concrete construction.
He says the reason the tall building boom has shifted to other areas is partly due to the changes in world economics and demographics. Countries like China have a greater demand to provide for the influx of workers relocating from rural areas. And then there are the bragging rights.
It's not a case that America is no longer building tall buildings. It's just that the agenda for that quest for the title of the world's tallest has moved on to cities and countries who believe that that's what they need to put their city on the map. Cities are using skyscrapers to brand themselves as a developed city in the same way that corporate companies in America use skyscrapers to brand their corporation 30, 40, 50 years ago.
Which brings us back to the Wilshire Grand. The top of the building beneath the spire will display the Intercontinental Hotel's logo, with hundreds of thousands of LED lights around it prominently decorating the LA skyline. But don't be fooled, promotion isn't everything. Making money is, which is why there will be 900 luxury hotel rooms, along with offices, restaurants, and retail shops costing roughly $1.1 billion to build. It is a hell of a gamble.
I wanted to see us build a building that really made financial sense, that hit the market demand, that hit the expectations of the owner. That's a gutsy thing to make this kind of investment in Los Angeles. And I want them to finish that and say, this was really successful.
Let's not forget this is going up in an earthquake hot zone. Engineers have said once complete, the building will be seismically chic. The idea being when the earth shakes, the building will absorb the energy, thereby minimizing the risk of danger. Anthony?
Seismically chic. I like that. David Begnaud, thanks very much in Los Angeles this morning. Thanks, David.